Let's say you've been slaving away at your computer all day, you finished up cutting your video, but now, what you've been dreading the most, it's time to add subtitles. Subtitles usually take ages, and I hate them. I hate them. They're big and stinky and take up all my time, but what if you made them easier and perhaps even fun? By the end of this video, you will not only know how to make super smooth subtitles, but master the element of subtitling. Personally, I use Wondershare Filmora 12 to edit my videos, but if you use, say, Premiere Pro or any other editing software, many of the tips I give in this video may not be the same to what you use, but you should still be able to grab some tips I give and use them for your own. Now first, let's jump into our project. Alright, now we just want to create a blank preset. This will be a very basic subtitle that will give us the base of any other animations or effects we add. Come over to this titles tab and we'll grab this default title sitting right here. Drag and drop to the timeline, double click and just type in something simple. Now the first thing we're going to do is change this font. I would recommend something like Montserrat Black as it's very clean and stands out. Now the position of your subtitles is very important. You don't want it to get in the way of what you want to show, and you don't want it to be too small so that nobody can see it. For the position, let's change the Y value to about -200, but usually anything in the lower half of the screen is fantastic. And for scale, let's go about 20. Now here we've got a very simple little subtitle, but it's looking a bit bland. It's like a very plain and boring cookie. Now let's add some choc chips. See this advanced bun here? Give it a little tap. Come down to where it says outline and we just want a straight black one. Change the thickness to about 12 and keep going down until we see shadow. This just adds a little more depth to it. And look at that. Change the shadow type to the one that looks like this. I don't know how to describe it. And set the opacity to 85, blur to 8, and for distance, let's go 6. And press apply. Look at that. Now that is a subtitle. Now we want to make a preset. Presets are like little custom templates that you can make and can help a lot when you use and edit frequently in your videos, like a custom subtitle. To save this as a custom preset, look for this little save icon at the top right and save this as whatever you want to call it. Now when we go back to the titles tab, go to mine and custom, and here you will find all your subtitle presets. Now if you want very basic transitions and animations for your text, come over to this animations tab and there are some really clean and simple animations here. But I've noticed there isn't a nice pop-in animation. This effect is used so much in videos nowadays by so many big creators that it's kind of a necessity now. And it's super easy to create. So we'll just make our own animation. Let's go back into our blank subtitle here and bring the playhead down to the start of the text. For this, we'll be making keyframes. Keyframing allows you to make your own custom animations, add movement, and makes everything just so much easier. Come down to where it says transform and click this little diamond next to scale. This will make our very first keyframe. Now go to the next frame to the right and make another. And now 2 more frames to the right to make a last keyframe. And now all we need to do is go back to the second keyframe we made and set the scale to 22. And that's it, we got our pop-in effect. How easy was that? Like before, save this as a preset, name it whatever you want. And now we can drag and drop our own pop-in subtitle. And the keyframe should automatically create an anchor point, which means if we snip the subtitle in the middle here, the pop-in effect should carry over to the start of the new subtitle clip we made. This makes it super easy to simply drag the subtitle over all your footage without dragging and dropping a new subtitle for every single word. Here I've got some footage of me and my good pal Joe the Cookie 257 playing Muck. I'm just going to add some subtitles to this clip.
20 minutes later.
Alright, 20 minutes later and here's our final video.
I'm actually so drunk.
You're not drunk.
Oh!
Already in this short clip, we've added a lot of nice subtitles and this just makes the video more engaging and easier to follow. As you can see, the pop-in works insanely well for quick edits and just makes everything look so much smoother and less choppy. The only extra stuff that I've done is simply change the color of the font for blue when another person is talking, and I've added this really cool effect that makes the text follow Joe's character. Okay, let's go over what I've taught you. Customizing text, just to make it look a little bit fancier. Presets, very important for efficient editing. We made our own pop-in animation, And now we know how to use keyframes. And that's it. Now hopefully you can use these tips I just gave you in your own videos to become a pro editor. I really want to make more videos like this, just going over editing tips and just YouTube tips in general. So if you're interested, consider liking and subscribing. I hope you learned something from this video. If not, maybe go watch some Finzar.